the other aspect. We should see the pro bono services the women lawyers are doing. What we are here for today is just one of it. What we are championing, what we are promoting, they are not even delving into that aspect at all. So we should see more of the good things the women lawyers are doing, and not really what we go to the court to do, because it's our daily bread, and we have to work to protect that. So,
unfortunately, good works do not take you to heaven. Good morning, all. You know, it's one thing closing your eyes to the truth because you feel you are representing your client. But it's another thing knowing what the truth is. And mind it, when you feel you have a bad case, it's either you advise them and then you lay grounds for settlement without going to court to tell lies. You know, so that's what you do. You tell them. We've had instances when people come and say they've been battered. And I said, well, do you have pictures? And all they bring. Some I could see they had, should I say, photoshopped. They put their tongue so that here is swollen and all those things. And I'm like, we don't really have enough proof. But it does not mean they haven't been beaten. But it simply means what we are going after, we might not have proof. So you either wait until you have adequate proof, or you go about it another way. And if it's a civil part, if I have a bad case, then that's when I might go for technicalities, which is what you're saying. The law might say it, but it can give you loopholes to work with. But you don't have to lie because you have to win. You don't always have, at times losing is winning. And we have to know. Yes, that's what I'm saying. You can manage the information, and that's where you go on technicalities. Because I can feel, okay, you need to prove A, B, C, D, right? And I know we have a bucket, but I know the only people can maybe only prove A and B. So it's for me to do the best I can to make the person go out because you have not been able to prove B and C. So that's managing the information you have and trying, but I would never allow someone to just go outrightly and then tell lies or arrange documents or things just to, and we should advise people there's a time when not to go to court and there's a time when to go to court. You just shouldn't always go to court.
That's another angle. Okay.
Since she spoke about managing information, that sounds so vicious. I know where you're going with that, and I would like to clarify things. Early on when you start criminal law 101, you're told as a lawyer you have duty to the court to help the court deliver justice. And you have duty to your client to ensure what he or she tells you stays between you and him. Even counselors have that duty. Now let's say someone said someone is charged with murder, and they tell you, you go visit them and they tell you, I actually killed this person. The fact that this person disclosed to you because they know you have a duty of confidentiality, and that's professional, and you cannot break that. What you help them is to get a fair sentence, because there are rules and regulations that are laid not by the lawyer but the state and the statesmen in the parliament. So if we are going to hell because of that, they're also going with us, and the people who voted for them because they put the system. Now it's a different thing altogether if someone tells you, and they're your client, I am going to kill X in 6 days. You have a duty as a lawyer to report this, because this is a crime. It's a plot. There's no duty of confidentiality there. And all of these things are taught actually in first year. Of course, you know, a lay person will not understand. So I insist we are going to heaven.
Well, let's give ourselves a round of applause. We can take this on and on. So you see how one issue can lead to another. She has just brought on the issue of disclosure, managing disclosures. And she talked about how, at least to give wise counsel. And we started from, will a female lawyer make heaven? That's where we started from. Okay, how far are we? Can I start, maybe, but I wanted to go with you. Okay. I wanted us to share the slides together because efforts have been put on it. Okay, wherever we start from, but let me just start. Once again, my name is Nkechi Ali-Balogun. I am a public relations practitioner. I'm not a lawyer. So whatever gaffes I made today, forgive me. But while preparing this letter, this paper, I was very conscious of the fact that I was talking to lawyers, and I tried to make sure I don't have copyright issues. I tried to make sure I don't have any legal issues. So if I say anything that is out of line, please don't sue me. Okay, you will know that there are some pocket lawyers. I had no inferiority. I started with a quote from William Blake that I like very much. It's called The Divine Image, Songs of Innocence. And it says, but you know what he stands for, don't you? So peace is the garment that envelopes us. In the beginning, assignment, and that is the job of a helper. A word derived from the Greek word Ezra. Ezra in the Old Testament, contrary to some interpretation, does not convey subordination. It does not convey inferiority. It creates another creature. The woman is a power equal to man. If you didn't know that, know it today. It doesn't stop you from submitting to the man. When you submit to the man, it doesn't make you a subordinate. You are only giving in to his authority as the head of the home. And you do that not to every man, but to the man. When you submit to is a very powerful respect to when one in our marriage. My husband told me he doesn't desire a solution of conflict. They are to be seen, and the rational use of natural resources. Even these days, domestic violence. The new notion of peace and security also includes freedom of individuals from hunger, freedom from want, one that is abducted. She's the one that goes into process. 2016, 40.3 Rwanda, the clamor, no woman, no peace, women. And then she says, how many inclusion in governance, women, okay, peace negotiations. Women are often very active in civil society, peace movements. In Colombia, women were responsible for complex networks of pro-peace movements. In Northern Ireland, Burundi, Liberia, women account for its economic.